Hello, I'm Martha Raddatz, ABC News Chief Global Affairs Correspondent, and I am joined today by former Secretary of State Madeleine Albright, who of course served under President Clinton. Welcome, Secretary Albright, and thank you for joining us this morning. Because we believe all politics is social this week, we are going to ask Secretary Albright some of your questions from Facebook this morning. The first question comes from Nancy Holzheimer-Kovacic, saying, "You were a dedicated hard worker, Ms. Albright. How did you take care of yourself, and how did you avoid stress-related illnesses and conditions?" And frankly, I'd like to know this too.
Well, I loved what I did. I did sleep when I could on command. I didn't exercise enough. Being Secretary of State was a very fattening job because I was eating for my country. But I really enjoyed what I did, and I think that makes a big difference.
Michelle Mazzoli, are you and Mrs. Clinton friends? Did you offer her any input during her time as our Secretary of State?
Yes, we're very good friends, and I always say I never would have been Secretary of State without her. And the reason I know that is that President Clinton said so, and she and I did talk to each other both when I was Secretary and when she was Secretary.
I have to believe her experiences as First Lady helped her as Secretary of State. She already has had experience overseas and being among the people.
Absolutely, and the thing that she did, I mean, when she was First Lady and I was Secretary, we did a lot of tag team stuff together, traveling abroad. She was one of America's great ambassadors, so all her skills were put to work. I thought she was a fantastic Secretary of State.
Think she'll run for president?
I have no idea.
Okay, from Geraldine Nava, is there anything you would like to go back and change?
I would like to change something that happened when I was ambassador at the UN, was our lack of help in Rwanda. I think we all think about that. I also do wish that we had been able to have Middle East peace that President Clinton worked so hard on.
Well, we'll wish good luck to President Obama on that. Effie Delamarcos Fletcher says, how has the state of U.S. foreign policy changed since you served in the Clinton administration?
I think that in many ways it's gotten much harder because we have this evolution of what we call non-state actors, various, obviously, terrorist groups that roam around, and that it's very hard to figure out what tools to use against them, and lack of faith, frankly, in the various international institutions that exist. So it's uncharted waters in many ways.
And from Apple Plotnik Janata, what one key piece of advice would you like to give Secretary Kerry? She said off the record, but since we're not off the record here, we'll put you on the record on that.
Well, to understand what it is to represent the United States, that it's the greatest honor to be able to sit behind a sign that says United States and be able to use the goodness of American power to make a difference.
Okay, now the lightning round. iPhone or BlackBerry?
Both.
Ha, that's just like me. Favorite movie of the year?
Lincoln.
Aha, second place, what?
Second place, Argo.
Okay, there you go. Comfort food? When not eating for the country.
Frozen yogurt.
Frozen yogurt, okay. Thank you so much for taking the time to join us today, Secretary Albright, and thank you to everyone who submitted their questions. Be sure to follow This Week on Twitter at ThisWeekABC, and like us on Facebook at facebook.com/ThisWeekABC. Have a good day.